In this next series of videos, we'll be modeling a molecule called sodium cerate. It is one of the most common surfactants found in everyday soap. This is the molecule. Notice each of the angles on here represent one carbon, along with two hydrogens. Basically, this molecule is one long carbon chain with a oxygen double bonded and a oxygen ionically bonded with a sodium on the very end. Let's get started by importing a carbon atom. We'll need to make a very long carbon chain, so first what we'll do after importing the carbon atom, we will copy it with Ctrl-C and then paste it with Ctrl-V to make a second copy. Make sure to pull it over so they're not stuck inside each other. We're still going to have to make 18 carbon atoms total. So what we can do for now is we can just copy, again, Ctrl-C, and then Ctrl-V to paste 2 more. So now I have 4. We can then assemble a small 4 long carbon chain, and then we can start copying that and snapping it together. So let's snap this together to make a small carbon chain. We use the snap tool. We click on one side and click on another, and those snap the two bonds together. So once more, click on snap, click on both sides, and snap. Now all this mini carbon chain needs is a couple of hydrogen atoms, 8 to be precise. So we'll insert a hydrogen atom, and then much like the carbon atoms, we'll create duplicates of them using the copy command and paste. We need to make more, so we'll copy these and paste 2 more. Once more, because we need 8, we'll copy all 4 and then paste another 4. And that should give us enough hydrogen atoms. So now we'll use the snap tool to start attaching the hydrogen atoms to the unbonded points. Make sure to leave 2 bond points left, 1 on each end of our hydrocarbon. If you're having trouble maneuvering the camera into place so you can see the different points that you need to snap together, remember to use right click. You can right click anywhere on the screen to rotate the camera. If you scroll with the mouse wheel, you zoom in and out, and if you hold middle mouse button, you can pan the camera. Now that our carbon chain is complete, we need to duplicate this 4 times, so we'll have 16 carbon atoms in total. Remember to do this, you just select the whole object and then push Ctrl-C on your keyboard and Ctrl-V to paste. Once again, make sure to move the new pasted object out of the way so that they're not overlapping. Remember, sodium cerate has 18 carbon atoms, however the last 2 have oxygens bonded to them. So we'll make 16 carbon atoms with hydrogens bonded to them, with our 4 different groups of 4 carbon atoms. Now that we have our 16 carbon atoms and our 4 different small carbon chains, we'll want to begin by snapping these carbon chains together to make a very long one. If you tried to use the snap tool for this process, it would actually take the carbon that you're trying to snap from one carbon chain and snap to the other without moving the rest of the carbon chain. Instead, what we can do is we can click and drag the entire carbon chain together by clicking and dragging the center of one bond point to another. You have to be careful when using this method, as it does want to snap towards edges of shapes. Once you let go of your mouse cursor, it'll automatically apply the snap. Make sure to always double check your work and make sure that it's always snapped to the center so it looks like one solid bond. We need to do this for the remaining 2 carbon chains. However, if you don't have a good angle at both of the faces, it can be very difficult. So use the move tool to just roughly align it, so that way you can get a better view of each face. I'm going to rotate this one a little bit. Notice now we have a very nice view. So I'll click and drag the center from one circle to the center of another. and then let go to apply the snap. I have to connect the last carbon chain on to our longer carbon chain, so I'll get a good view. Then I'll click from the center of one bond to the center of another. Click off of your model to deselect your object. This carbon chain now, if you count, is 16 carbon atoms long, so we need 2 more. So we'll go to Insert, and we'll insert another carbon atom. We'll use the Snap tool to quickly place it onto the end of our existing carbon chain. Then we'll insert another and do the same. Once more, we click on Snap, we click on one bond, and we click on another. With that, the carbon chain is now complete. Now all we have to do is we have to add the last couple of hydrogens, the 2 oxygens, and then the ionically bonded sodium.